Do you wish you could be the present mom you've always wanted to be, but still need to provide an income for your family? Are you tired of scouring the internet for legit jobs that will replace your income and that you can do from home in your PJs? Hey friend, welcome to the Virtual Assistant Mama podcast. I know you're over there Googling jobs for moms, legit work at home jobs, or start a side hustle, yet you can't figure out how to take that first step. So instead, you stay stuck, do nothing, or start random side hustles to try to make quick money. Becoming a virtual assistant is the answered prayer you've been waiting for. My name is Ariana, and I'm a former teacher turned work-at-home mom who replaced my teaching income as a virtual assistant in just 6 months. I did this by taking a step of faith and following the dream that God placed on my heart to be home with my babies. Mama, your dreams pale in comparison to God's dreams for you. Imagine offering services that light you up, working with clients who value you and pay you what you're worth, and having a job that works around your life and not the other way around. This is the podcast for you. It's time to take that first step. Are you ready? Here we go. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to another episode here on the Virtual Assistant Mama podcast. Before we jump into today's topic, I just want to read you a quick review from Apple Podcasts. The review says, I've been listening for a while to your podcast, and I'm ready to jump into leaving the classroom and becoming a virtual assistant. I love how relatable and honest you are. I really enjoy how you bring God into your podcast and give glory to Him. Thank you so much. Friend, thank you for leaving this review on the podcast. It just makes my heart so happy. And if you're a listener, you've been here for a few episodes now or a long time, it would bless me so big if you go and leave a review on the podcast. It is the number one way that this podcast can grow, reach more people, get new amazing guests on the show. Having those podcast reviews just helps so much. And as a thank you to you, I do have a free gift for you when you leave a review on the show. All you have to do is go to Apple Podcasts or Spotify, wherever, go to the leave a review section under our podcast name, Virtual Assistant Mama. Click the 5 stars, write a couple sentences about how this podcast has blessed you, what it's taught you, anything you're loving about it. Before you hit submit, take a screenshot of that review and then submit it, and then send that screenshot to podcast@virtualassistantmama.com. And when you do that, I will give you a code to get the Virtual Assistant Toolkit absolutely free. This is going to give you those foundational pieces you need to know to become a virtual assistant. And I'm going to give that to you as a free thank you for leaving that review and taking the time to do so. All right, today's episode, we're going to have a bit of a side hustle face-off. I want to give you a battle here between the direct sales world versus the virtual assistant world. Now, I was in direct sales for 3 years. If y'all have heard of Jamberry, they were like a nail wrap company. I did that in college for 3 years, and I honestly never made that much from it at all. I think in those 3 years, I probably made, I don't know, around $2,000 total, if that. And you can absolutely make that and way more as a virtual assistant in 1 month. Okay. So that's just kind of a preview of how this battle is going to go, but let's just go ahead and dive into it. So let's start with direct sales. The benefits of being in direct sales are that you get to sell a product that a lot of people kind of already believe in. A lot of people are interested in that product already. Maybe they're already buying it from somebody else. They've heard about it through somebody else. So when you reach new people who haven't yet tried it, there's already that trust factor because other people know, like, and trust that product. And you don't have to sell them as much on it since they might have already heard about it. Another really good benefit of direct sales is that a lot of the marketing materials are already done for you. Like, you can get them from your upline or the company itself, and then just reshare them on your Facebook pages or Instagram or wherever. They're already done for you. Now, the cons of a direct sales business is that it's not really your own business. You're still stuck with what the company itself decides to make. If they discontinue your favorite product or they go out of business, you're stuck, okay? If the company completely goes under, which Jamberry kind of did, you completely lose your income and your customers, and you don't really have anything else that you can offer to them outside of that company. Now, another thing is that a lot of customers are needed just to make a decent income. And typically you want those customers to be recurring, because if they're not, then you just have to keep chasing down new customers, and that can get really time consuming and overwhelming and hard to do. You also rely on other people to help you make more money. You're relying on your downline to hit their goals, so that'll help you hit your goals to make more money. And it's just a lot of relying on other people, which, yeah, it's good to rely on people sometimes, but when it comes to your income, it's a little bit better if you don't have to rely on as many, which you do have to do as a direct sales person. All right, let's jump into the benefits of becoming a virtual assistant. Probably the biggest benefit is that it is your own business. You have full control of your pay, how many hours you work, the services you get to offer. You get to pick what you love, and if you end up not liking it, you can pivot. You have full control. And typically, as a virtual assistant, you have multiple clients at one time. So you're never down to zero income. Even if you lose one client, you typically still have a handful more. And so you have that buffer, that income still coming in to help you while you're taking some time to find another client to replace the one that left. You also really only need like 3 to 5 clients to be able to replace your income. It doesn't take a whole lot, as long as you're charging well. It doesn't take a whole lot of clients to make that income. And if you're not charging enough, it's a topic for a different episode. All right, kind of rolling off of one of the negatives of direct sales, one of the positives of virtual assistant is that you can rely on yourself for making your income and not others. Like, yeah, you do have to get clients to say yes to hiring you, but you can apply to as many jobs as you want. You don't have somebody else working for you that's holding you back from making income. Some of the cons of becoming a virtual assistant is that it does have a little more work upfront to get going. You have to learn the service you want to offer. You have to figure out how to get your business set up and all of those things. You do have to create your own marketing plan to get your name out there, get your services, what you offer out there. So that does take a little bit more time. You have to create your own social media posts and things like that. But you can always set up a game plan and templates to help you reduce the amount of time that takes. One other con of virtual assistants is that you do need to build up that trust in others. They have to be able to trust you, see that you're actually going to provide the service that they are paying you to do. And sometimes that just takes time. That just sometimes takes a step of faith from the client, but it is absolutely possible. Every new virtual assistant gets that first client that takes a leap of faith in them, but then it just spirals from there, because once you have that first one, you've got that trust starting to build, and it's a lot easier to get the second, the third, and so on. All right, if you are curious about the virtual assistant world and you're just wondering if it could be a good fit for you, I really encourage you to come and sign up for our free workshop happening in just a couple weeks on January 11th. It's called The Number One Way to Start Working from Home. If you didn't already guess, it's about becoming a virtual assistant. I'll be covering the 5 Ps to help you become a successful and profitable virtual assistant. It's going to be so much value for you. Even if you can't make it live, as long as you're registered, you'll get a link for the replay once it's over. And I just cannot wait to pour into y'all. So you can go register for that at arianavernier.com/free-workshop or find the link in the show notes. So I hope this episode helped you kind of figure out which path you're wanting to go down. If you want me to do any other side hustle battles, pitting virtual assistants against anything else, let me know. You can give me some suggestions over in our Facebook community, facebook.com/groups/virtual assistant mama. And I'm happy to do some more episodes like this. All right, y'all. I love you so much, and we will see you next time. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I would love to bless you with a free gift as a thank you. All you have to do is leave a review of the show on Apple Podcasts, take a screenshot, and send it to podcast@virtualassistantmama.com. I'll send you a code so you can snag my virtual assistant toolkit for free. And don't forget to come hang out with us in our free community, facebook.com/groups/virtual assistant mama. I'm so honored to support you in your journey to becoming a virtual assistant. Until next week, y'all, keep following the dreams that were placed on your heart so you can be the present mama you've always wanted to be.